We'll talk today about the effective time management. I tried to make it as an interactive session as possible so that you don't feel bored. So let's start with asking you, why do we need to manage time? I want to hear answers. Huh? You can unmute yourself or you can send in the chat. It's up to you. I want to see answers. Why do we need to manage time?
السلام عليكم دكتور.
السلام ورحمة الله. تفضل.
Can I answer in Arabic? Can I answer in Arabic?
Please, بأي لغة تفضل طالبك.
Yes. أريد أن أنظم وقتي لأن الوقت هو رأس المال لأي إنسان. أنت كإنسان عبارة عن زمن، عن عمر، عن وقت، لذلك كل ثانية، كل دقيقة، كل ساعة من وقتك هي رأس مالك الحقيقي اللي لازم أنك تستثمر. وإذا ضيعت ساعة أو ساعتين أو ثلاث بدون ما تستثمر هالوقت، هذا الساعات هذه أنت عمرك، هذه الساعات راحت ترى من عمرك وأنت محاسب عليها دينيا أيضا وعقلانيا. أنت هذه الساعات ضيعتها من عمرك، فأي عاقل، أي حصيف، أي لبيب لابد أنه ينظم وقته. شكرا.
ممتاز ممتاز ممتاز. أنت حويت الموضوع من جميع جوانب وأطرافه. أشكرك جزيل الشكر. في حد ثاني كان يريد. There was another voice trying to answer. Why do we need to manage time?
Yeah, just in order to accomplish our planned activities in each day. So whenever we plan for a set of activities to accomplish in a certain day or a certain week, time management helps to prioritize our tasks, then accomplish it successfully.
ممتاز ممتاز ممتاز. Well done. Thank you so much. And see in the chat, people are saying to be more productive, to organize our day, finish our work, make life easy. Actually, all the answers are right because we have only 24 hours in a day, and you need to manage the time to get whatever you need in this life, and to make more things with less effort. Whatever you guys have said, that is absolutely right, that is absolutely correct. Today we're going to see the techniques and the ways how to do that. The theory part, which if you use me, I'll bore you a bit, with the but then we're going to go with the experience and the chit chat part, which hopefully, inshallah, we're going to enjoy. So starting with introducing myself, Mohandas Ali Lawati. I'm engineer in telecom, master's holding from University of Bedfordshire from Luton. I have worked 11 years as a technical person in the packet switching, then two and a half years in the international sales of submarine capacities, which is the internet holding media, transmitting media. Learning and development in HR 2+ years, and now I am on secondment in Oman Vision 2020 in the corporate planning team. So first goes first. Okay. Today we're going to see not only the time management, the effective time management. So ground rules, will keep on the mic side. If you have any question, please send it in the chat. I have the other device on the chat, and unmute yourself and ask me whatever you want. You can ask me to repeat any part of the presentation, and please keep a pen and paper beside you because you need them for two things: activities and to take some notes, because if you don't take notes, you will forget. So starting our presentation with the maths. There is a math says time can be managed. Can the time be managed, or we are managing ourselves in the time? If I can manage time, then I can get 27 hours in a day. So that is one of the maths. The second thing is, say you aren't supposed to enjoy work. You just do whatever you have to do. That was I would say, but now you need to know your work, be more active. It's if you want something to be done, do it yourself. Then you will be overloaded, exhausted, you get diseases, heart attack, voila, رحنا فيها. Last minute brings great ideas, so do the most at the last moment. Well, somehow I agree that it brings the great ideas, but I don't agree with doing the things in the last minute. So prepare everything, finish it up, or polish it, or add in the last moment, because definitely we're going to go out of things in the last moment, just like what I did in this presentation. While I was waiting for people in, I have added some small things in. The longer you work, the more you can accomplish. Well, it's not on the hard working, neither on the smart working, it's on the mixture of hard, smart working. Previously, if you are a hard worker, yes, you will gain a lot. Then in the middle, it was if you are a smart worker, you will gain a lot. But now, if you have to be smart, hard worker, one-stop shop. Handle a task only once. Also, once you finish, don't go back to it, which is wrong again. And the last one, do more and you will be happy. Actually, it's not about doing more. It's about how do you do these things. You can do a lot, like mess up the place, or you can do one perfect thing and be happy for your whole life. So let's go to one of the activities. I want you all to grab pen and paper and start the following. I want you in 3 minutes. Is it 3? It's in 2 minutes. Note down 5 things you have accomplished yesterday. Can you please do that starting from now? In your mobile phones, even in a notebook. Just write 5 things you have accomplished yesterday. 5 things you have successfully accomplished yesterday. Just yesterday. As it was working, so definitely you have accomplished some things. So I want 5. Great. Now, I hope that everyone listed 5 things you have accomplished yesterday. Now I want you to write down one wasteful thing you did. One wasteful thing, and the 1 minute starts now. The wasteful thing is something you wasted your time on, something that you could have invested your time in something better, something you regret you wasted your time on. Or failing in a project is not a waste of time, it's a gain of experience. So anything you have wasted your time on. 30 seconds remaining, just write one. It's for you, it's not to share. If you want to share it, you're most welcome. $20 seconds remaining. Think seriously, what did you waste your time on? 10. Okay. Thanks to all who participated in this. Let me ask you a question. Did you plan for these? Did you plan for the success? And did you plan for the failure? I don't want the answer now. But what I want you to do is, now plan 5 things you are going to achieve tomorrow. In the same paper, plan for 5 things you would like to achieve tomorrow, based on the experience you had yesterday of successful and time wasting. We need these later on. Now, I hope that you had the chance to write from 1 to 5, at least 5 tasks that you would like to achieve tomorrow. And one question comes after writing these tasks down. Did you categorize and prioritize them? That's the most important part in time management. So if we go to the effective time management, we need to understand one thing. Pareto's principle says 20% of effort should produce 80% of effect. If you go the other way around, 80% of effort produce 20% of effect then or result, then you are doing something wrong. You need to redo things. So let's build our strategy based on this. Let's plan your day or a week ahead. Again, what I'm saying now are the theories, where I know you're going to hate the session because of these, but then we're going to move to the chit chat and applying these things on your life. Plan of work. The plan of work for today's session is listing all your tasks, prioritizing them, plugging them into a planner, tracking your accomplishments, using technologies to support you, and at last, rewarding yourself. These are the main important elements that you need to follow when you plan your day. You can screen capture this so that you don't forget, or you can go back to any time to it. Before listing any task, there is something called task filter. Task filter is basically, we have lots of tasks which will be going through this filter, and at last we'll know which one to do, which one not to do, which one to delay. The first thing, the first filtration is to eliminate some tasks. Some tasks can be eliminated. If these tasks are eliminated, then go to the other one, automation. Some tasks can be automated, like for example, sending an email to 100 people, the same email with the body, with everything is the same, just a different receiver. So doing it in Outlook, it will go to 25 maximum participants. Do it by mail merge. Use technology, use things to automate your work. For example, you're generating a report from a system. Use RPA, for example, UiPath. There's an application called UiPath to automate your work. Lots of things can be automated using technology in the current, let's say, in the current situation, or using the current technologies. Delegate things. Don't believe they'll say that if you want to do something, do it yourself. No, try to delegate. This is how leaders actually do. They delegate tasks. You have two things. Someone will do it for you. Wahed. Number two, you will transfer your experience to other people. So you have two gains out of this. So, and the last thing is, you either do now or do later. If it is a do later, then put it in the filter again. Every time has its own filtration. Don't try to do everything. Organize yourself to accomplish something in a perfect way. Again, what I'm talking about theories, وبعدين بنروح للpractical thing. So, setting priorities. Once you have all the tasks listed, you have to set priorities. You have priority A, which is a must do, and it has a real bad consequence if you didn't do that. Priority B, lower consequence, but you should do that. Priority C, it's good to have no consequences, ولكن it's good to have it. Priority D, you can delegate, you can postpone, you can delay, it's okay. And priority E, which I name it priority X, you can eliminate. You don't have to do it. It's a time waste. Now, some will say, I went to the movie. Is it a time waste? If you go to the movie like once a month, it's not a time waste. It's rewarding yourself. But if you go twice a week, well, I have a different thoughts about these. Setting priorities is based on the importance and urgency. For example, if you have, in this table, if you have an exam next week, studying for the exam 5 days before the exam, is it high priority or low priority? Can I hear from you guys? Is it high priority or low priority? Studying for the exam is a high priority. Is it a high urgency or a low urgency? Low urgency? High. Okay, good. High urgency. So it will be in high position. So it will be the highest priority, A. But for example, going for a walk on the beach, مش في أيام الحظر of course, going for a walk on the beach to refresh your mind, is it important or not? To refresh your mind, having a walk on the beach, is it important or not? It is important. Perfect. High importance or low? Okay. Low importance. ممتاز. Okay. Although I feel it is high for some people, it depends on you. Okay. But is it urgent? High or low? Urgency. Low urgency, perfect. So I have seen that most of you say that having a walk on the beach to refresh your mind is low importance with low urgency. So you put it here. It goes to priority D or priority C. Okay, you cannot delegate, but you can postpone. So by this, you set priorities to your tasks. So after setting the priorities, you will end up with a schedule, daily schedule, similar to this. This is an actual schedule. This is one of my schedules. Start your day early and sleep early. It's not like it's not because the scientists say that or the doctors say that. It's based on some facts and figures. If you read about it, you will see that yes, waking up early علشان كده after صلاة الفجر it is مكروه for sleeping. It depends على المدرسة اللي تتبعها, ولكن I'm not متطوع. لكن after صلاة الفجر it is good to be awake. وما إلى ذلك. It's not because just Allah say that. Allah said because it is good for us. Once you wake up, pray your prayers, start doing things like meditation. Try to do yoga. Previously, I used to laugh on these things. Okay, my apologies for that, but that was me. Meditation, I thought like, come on, man, meditation. When then I started doing it myself, you know, and I felt really there is a huge difference when you do it. Having your breakfast early morning, start doing the tasks. The first come first. You can see that there is something called HP. Task 1, number 3, 3 and 4, HP. Start with the high priority ones. And I will show you some techniques where you can accomplish things with low distraction. So, high priorities first, then have some quiet time from time to time. 15 minutes, more than enough. Quiet time. You refresh your mind for the whole day. Then start with the medium priority. Finish your prayers and lunch. Attend whatever classes you have. Finish your Asr prayers. Then go to the low priority with low consequences. Don't forget the exercises before 12 years. One of my coaches, he said 23.5. I said, what's 23.5? He said 23.5 hours for you and 0.5 hour for your body. Just walk for half an hour, more than enough for a daily routine. And that's what I have started before 12 years, and believe me, there was a huge difference in my life. Then, of course, in Tadzida, you are increasing it from time to time till you reach 1 hour is more than enough for that. Then, don't forget to go for relaxation, especially at the beginning of the night, because you need to forget everything happened in the morning. Attend your night as a relaxed person. But 30 to 45 minutes of relaxation is more than enough. Don't forget to read. طبعا when I say read, it doesn't mean إنه لازم تاخذ كتاب وتقرأ وكذا و you have your coffee جنبك, you know, and take the picture with the coffee and the. No, I don't mean that. I mean you can either watch the visual books, you can hear the audio books, or you can read physical books أو بالe-book reader أو اللي هو الكندل whatever device you have. So it depends on your taste, but don't forget to read, because you can live one life, but with the books you can live several lives. Okay, that's a piece of advice, you guys. And try to sleep early. I know 11 is not early, but for me it's good enough. Track your progress. That's a very important thing you have to do. You have to audit your day. How did you achieve? How much of amount of work did you achieve? And did you do the right things or not? That's auditing your day before the end of the day, or at least the day after, so that you can plan your next day in a perfect way. How much of gained and wasted time? By these, you will have the experience. After repeating this several times, you have the experience. كم التاسك ياخذ وقت? How much of time needed for every task? What are the time waster things? But lots of things will be gained as experience after some time. And at last, how can you enhance your next day plan? That's the most important part. If you can enhance your plan every time, it means you are on the right track. Once you stop enhancing, it's one of two. Yeah, Emma, you are a perfect person, which is no one. Either, no, you are doing something wrong and you're not realizing that. One of the most horrible things sometimes we do is the التسويف, procrastination. Procrastination, تسويف. I will do this later. بسويه بعدين. Procrastination actually comes into the human mind or human body because of the self-doubt, excessive socializing. You don't have time for any other thing than socializing. Searching for perfection. Because you are trying to be the perfect person, you are delaying things till a miracle happens. And improper priority and consequence listing. Priority list اللي سويناه, improperly doing it will reflect to this. بيخليك في مرحلة التسويف أو procrastination. How to avoid that? The first thing you have to do, you need to recognize. You have to be aware of the favorite procrastination tactics. You learned that you can avoid getting into that zone. So try to know what are your favorite techniques to avoid procrastination. Second thing, you need to break the subject into sub-subjects, the topic into subtopics. Now, instead of saying, for example, I'll give you one of the things which I like, which I learned and I like. When you start writing for example, your report, the first thing you do is writing the headers. ألاحظ كثير يسووا هذا, and I do the same. You write the headers, but then write the first sentence, which is honestly being in the report writing side. It is a bit hard of how do you start your sentence or how do you start your paragraph in the right way. So start doing that, because by that you are eliminating the most difficult part you have. Dividing the project is the one we have. Okay. Break interia, which is number 2. Break interia is basically getting yourself started. What we have said about the sentences, divide the project is dividing the topic. Then you go with the set reachable sub-goals. Don't say that the first goal is to reach to the moon. The second sub-goal is to be on the surface of the moon. You can reach the moon, like with the proper sub-subject. Okay? Sub-goals. Don't sabotage yourself. Try to avoid the distractions, the distracting materials or equipments. Set an environment where you like, where it motivates you to work. Sometimes it reaches to a way that you repaint the place, redesign the place, move the table, get some more sunlight. أحيانا خصوصا مع الwork from home, you need a real, inspiring environment to let you work, okay, or to support you to work. Now, sometimes you go with a task which you are procrastinating in it, but then you say that, let me do it. Once you accomplish that task, reward yourself. You need to reward yourself. And the first and the last thing, enjoy your freedom. You are free. You are planning your day. You are free. So enjoy it. Enjoy whatever you are doing. Now, one of the things which I have said that use the technologies. الحين كل هذه الأشياء كانت عبارة عن theories, okay? Which is good to follow because these are the baselines which we start our life on, or let's say the practices on. Let's go to the practical part, and being practical, use technology to support you in doing these. From my side, I have used a lot of day planners or task planners, but I only like the AnyDo because it is amazing in planning your day. If you didn't try that. And if you want, go to the premium version, which actually can, when there is a task with high priority, it takes your phone to the don't disturb mode. It silences itself, mutes its alerts, and even sends you a WhatsApp saying that there is a task الفلاني at كذا waiting for your action, and it will go to the don't disturb mode. It's an amazing task planner. Do that, and you can collaborate with other people actually in it. So all these, you can go with anyone, but don't forget to take a break from time to time. Your mind will be exhausted, so you can go for meditation, you can watch movies, you can refresh, you can go for adventures, but don't go for excessive ones. Don't do it every day. You need a refresh from a time to another, but not every day, of course. Okay. So the takeaways, or let's say the things which you have to remember, not to waste time. If you want to gain experience in this world, you have to enter that risk zone. Go out of your comfort zone. The tasks which take 5 minutes or less, do it immediately. Don't postpone it. Don't into filtration. Do it. Let's finish it. 5 minutes, yani 5 to 10 minutes. Quick ones. 80-20 rule. Don't forget that, because you guys are going to the after a few years, or inshallah once you graduate, you're going to the workplace, and you have to implement the 80-20. 80-20, the mixture between smart and hard working. This is very important. How to develop this? How to develop your personal sense of time? This comes by attending courses and readings. Also, this is very important because you have to set your goals. Let me ask you a question. Did you set your goals for the next 5 years? Yes, no, in the chat, please. It is very fine if you have not set that, because it's never too late. Do you set any goals where you want to be in the next 5 years? Because if I see a lot of no's, I will tell you how to do that, not in a theory part, in a practical, not all, okay? Good, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. ممتاز. Perfect, perfect. So, In the chit chat, after a few minutes, we'll enter into the planning for student. I will tell you how to plan for the next 5 years based on the market needs. I will give you some inside information. Set daily plans based on weekly and monthly target. Again, رحنا للgoals. So if you have a 5 years goal, you can do an annual plan and you can drag it down to daily ones. Do high priority action first, as we have discussed. So these are takeaways for one of the takeaways for today. And the second one is positive thoughts means positive life. Keep away from negative people, from negative thoughts. Keep away from them. Avoid low self-esteem. This is very important. Be always motivated and never fear of failure, because it means you are gaining experience if you have failed. As I have said, failure doesn't mean you have failed in planning. Yeah, if you don't plan, you are planning to fail. If you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail. That's one of the failure parts. But if you are planning things, it failed, it's fine. You gain experience. You couldn't get the project working, but you got experience. Rejection. Don't be afraid of rejection on a project, on an idea, because again, you will have the challenge of tuning it up to make it to a level that it is acceptable. Now, for the chit chat, one of the most important problems of time management, it's in meetings, right or wrong? Can you see that the meetings, like 40% productive, 60%, I won't say waste of time, chit chat? Do you agree with that? That meetings are usually driving out of the meeting subject? Do you agree with that or not? Perfect. So in the meeting, how to drive, in some cases, yes, Mumtaz. For driving the meeting, I have another subject, which is complex problem solving. It teaches you, or it shows you the techniques, how to drive the meeting in the right way, which I can give you in another day. But time management in the meetings is the most important part. If you can't control the time in meetings, it will go to waste. Second is brainstorming sessions. Brainstorming sessions are meant to get creative new ideas. Some of them goes into discussions, into jokes, and into lots of things which you can just name it as waste of time. Project management. If you don't really manage your time well in a project, you will definitely fail in reaching the deadlines. So, خلينا من هذا كله. Let's go to the real fact. From my experience in Oman, before going to that, I would like to hear from someone. Unmute yourself and tell me your experience in time management. If anyone had time management, please unmute yourself and tell us your experience. Anyone did any time management? Or it's a new topic to you guys? I don't think it's a new topic because everyone's talking about time management. نريد نستفيد من خبراتكم. Okay, let me give you from a mental perspective, from my work. When I was in the operations department, when I was in the technical department, the issue with the nodes, with the storages, was with the backup. If you don't do proper backup in it, it will crash because it will go to the high storage, then it will crash. Like these systems, we didn't have those days integration with the cloud storage, remote storage. It had to be in tapes. DLT tapes or whatever they call it. I forget. Now, to do that, I had to plan my day because I had to go to the exchange every 4 hours. It was nearby to my living place, but I had to go every 4 hours. So I had to plan my day. When I have to sleep, when I have to wake up, when I have to eat, when I have to pray, when I have to take off to reach to that place. Because 4.5 hours means desk full. So in the first few weeks, honestly speaking, I was in a miserable situation. I was like complaining why we are not able to do, why we aren't able to do anything about it, why we cannot integrate something. But then I was browsing and I saw Dr. Tariq Suedan was talking about time management. I started it. That was 15 years back. So when I started that, it actually saved me. I've been survived because of that. Otherwise, stress means high blood pressure. High blood pressure means diabetes. Diabetes معناته liver failure. يعني يمسك الأمراض. Most of our issues nowadays, الأمراض اللي نشوفها because of the stress. Why stress? No proper time management. No proper planning. Now, let me ask you another question. If the call center didn't have the right time management techniques, will the agent or the management of call center can survive? They can't. Any call center needs time management techniques. If the courses and for example, the learning paths, it doesn't have a proper time, it doesn't have a proper schedule, it doesn't have an effective time management, cannot survive. It can, لكن أعرج. It will never be straight. It will be never straight. So the thing is, if you don't plan your task, you can't achieve it successfully. Okay, so let's go to the wrap up. Now we are reaching to the end of our session. If you have any questions, please make them ready, because we have the question and answers there. My advice to you is the Pareto's rule. Don't forget it. Develop a critical skill to compete others with. You remember when I told you that if you didn't plan for the 5 years, I will tell you what to do? This is the key. Develop a critical skill that you can compete others with. World Economic Forum. Navigate to that and see the top 20 or top 10 skills needed for 2025. Take one skill, develop it in you. خلنا نسألكم سؤال. كم شخص الحين باحث عن عمل؟ كثير صح؟ What makes you special؟ عندك شهادة؟ أوكي، الكل عنده شهادة. متخرج من جامعة السلطان؟ كثير متخرجين من جامعة السلطان، الله يرحمه. What makes you special؟ أنا كشركة أريد أوظف حد، حطها في بالك. You think it from your perspective. If you are exactly skills, what skills? Give me one skill. In the chat, write one skill that I will be choosing you on. Let's see the skills. Programming, okay? If you can elaborate, when you say programming, give me the, because these are your study subjects. Give me the actual skill which I will be selecting you on. When you say communication, it's the same. Give me the exact skill. Graphic designing, okay. Time management, great. الحين دكتورة وداد, can I, if you allow me, can I browse one thing in the browser and show them one thing which it can support them in their life?
Yeah, sure. تفضل.
تسلمي. So let's do one quick browsing thing. Okay. Top 20 skills needed in 2025 World Economic. So, do you see this, guys? For people who said time management, communication, problem solving, can you see my screen? Yeah, I can see that. Okay.
Yes, it's clear.
ممتاز. Analytical thinking and innovation is the top one. Leadership, social influence. By the way, social influence doesn't mean انه تكون في السناب شات وانستغرام. No, it's like مثلا الدكتور طارق سويدان، مثل ابراهيم الفقي الله يرحمه. هذيلا. Technology use, robotic process automation, critical thinking, complex. By the way, someone said problem solving. Thank you so much. But there is something called complex problem solving. It's not the normal problem solving. Active learning. Do you see? Active learning and strategy learning is the top second needed. So these are the most important skills. When I ask you what are your skills, you give me one of these. And I'm telling you, from now, go and learn something from these. Go and learn one of these skills and see when you graduate and you go to a place to apply for a job, this will distinguish you from others. Time management, lots of people had time management courses. Communication with others, lots of people can talk. Problem solving, everyone says I can solve a problem, but is it a complex problem solving or not? Graphic designing, lots of things, lots of platforms you can do the graphic designing on. Programming, for example, if you can't program Python and R, you are unacceptable in the current market. Even if you go with the basis of C++, C# and so on, but you need to know what is the latest technology. For example, let me ask you a question. أعطوني واحدة من التخصصات اللي هي non-technical. احنا شفنا في programming communication. Any of you guys in the non-technical تخصصات أو specializations? Give me one specialization. Anyone from finance? Just say yes in the chat if yes. Finance or management, HR, marketing. Anyone? Anyways, in the marketing, for example, if you don't know about the intelligent marketing, about big data, about data mining, which is pure technical, you can't survive. Because now even the marketing is happening based on technology. In telecom, if you don't know how the marketing is done, you can't survive. In programming, if you don't know how the management are dealing with people, are doing their daily tasks, you cannot sell your product to. If you don't know how to sell, if you don't know how to market your product, you are useless. So try to develop a skill which has no relation with your specialization. واحد. Number two, go into those skills and develop one. And then see, will you be able to compete in the market or not? Because multi-skilled people are very much limited in the market. That's what will make you special. So, how do you gain skills? By reading books or listening to audiobooks or watching the visual books. Invest in yourself. When you invest in, for example, watching a movie, invest in yourself in learning new skills. Whenever you have an opportunity, grab it. Don't say, أنا مكاني هنا. I'm a telecom engineer. متخرج من telecom engineer. I started my career in sales, مال سيارات بعقد مؤقت in 2004 beginning 2004 عقد مؤقت ببيع السيارات. وباي ذا واي كنا جايين الجامعه ونسوي معاهم العروض الصيفيه مالت يعني كانت سوري مش العروض الصيفيه، عروض رمضان عشان يعرضوا السيارات في الباحه هناك. ما قلت انه انا مهندس لا لازم احصل لي مكتب ولا احصل لي كذا. Start with anything because these things will gain you skills. So last thing is read, watch or listen. These are the things which I really encourage you to go with. By the way, Spencer Johnson اللي هو في The One Minute Manager هذا هو الأوثر مال Who Moved My Cheese. Who Moved My Cheese قصة جدا طريفة ولكن فيها معاني كثيرة مال proper management and life management. I would suggest that you watch even the movie وتاخذ العبرة منه. It's a cartoon حتى في اليوتيوب موجود كأنه كرتون. Okay? And by that, I reach to the end of my session. If you have any question, please do let me know. If you have any concern, you have my email ID, you have my WhatsApp number, and I really encourage you to enjoy your day.